This was actually a good topic to debate over, and it would have been a lot more interesting, no disrespect to the other guys on the show, if Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith were in for this one, just them two with Kendrick Perkins. I believe you would have got a really passionate argument from both sides as to who they think is the best. But nonetheless, I'll focus on what Kendrick Perkins said in response to the other guys specifically. Then y'all can let me know if you agree or disagree with my response. Break it down in the comment section as usual. All right, here we go.
Well, I disagree. And look, I'm going to pay a lot of respect to the old heads when you talk about Larry, Magic, and Jordan. I mean, you think about it, Bird and Magic, they saved the game of basketball, okay? And then, Jordan, he was Disney World to the game of basketball. Hell, I still got J's on my feet. My closet is full of J's. Great. But when it comes down to Steph, KD, and Bron, it's just different. It's just different. What they've done for the game of basketball, we talk about Steph Curry, right? Has changed the game forever. Has completely changed the point guard position. He has given hope to all the undersized athletes in the basketball world that they could make it. And then you go over to Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, in my eyes, is the greatest scorer to ever touch the damn basketball. He has changed the game of basketball. That's why we're seeing guys like Victor Wembanyama at 7'4", 7'5".
All right, let me interject right here. Kendrick Perkins said more than I'm going to play, but I quickly want to chime into what he just said as of right now. And look, if you want to talk about Steph Curry and the influence that he had, that's probably the best argument you can make as to taking this era over the old era. Curry changed the game for better or for worse, whether you like it or not. There is no player in NBA history, I believe, who really changed the way the whole game was played and the influence of every single player and team philosophy with the three-point shot and going small like Steph Curry. And the difference with Michael Jordan, he influenced guys trying to be like him, but once you got into the NBA, you fit in your role, you got to do what you do. Steph Curry influenced players and people not in the NBA to the point where now, even at the highest level, when you get there, you have teams trying to build their squad and their philosophy again around a Steph Curry-like player and three-point shooters, right? Outside of, let's say, you don't really see teams trying to build their team and have a bunch of Michael Jordans. You can't really do that, but you could influence it the way Steph did or try to imitate it and copy it. Overall, I'll give Kendrick Perkins that point, but I want to push back a little bit on the 2 points that he made in regards to Kevin Durant, saying that he's the greatest scorer ever, and his influence with these big men shooting the ball now 7 feet like Wembanyama. I'll start off with the influence part since we just talked about that with Curry. I don't think his role was nearly as big as what Curry did with the three-point shot, obviously. And so I give more credit to other guys as well, a larger portion of the pie to their influence, like a Dirk Nowitzki or even a guy like a Kevin Garnett, a Rasheed Wallace. Those guys, I believe, played an even bigger role than they get credit for as to why we see 7-foot shooters and people dribbling the ball now who are supposed to be big men. That's not to diminish what Durant influenced, though. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying if you go back, you could see that there was other guys who were breaking the mold who weren't supposed to be doing this at their size, but they were going against the odds and doing it anyways. Perkins also said, addressing the greatest scorer of all time, he got Durant as that guy. And I have Kevin Durant somewhere in my top 5 greatest scorers of all time, approximately. Do I have him number 1? No, I got Michael Jordan number 1 and Kobe. I think they were the 2 greatest scorers. And the reason why I put those guys above Kevin Durant is that they have an array of moves, or what you would call a bag. When I watch Durant, he's so efficient that he doesn't necessarily have to do anything crazy off the dribble or to create a shot. He could just shoot over you, literally, and he can go in. When I watch a MJ and a Kobe, it's different styles, different moves. You can't really predict what they're going to do. And I think that makes them even more dangerous as scorers. That's just my opinion, though. Y'all let me know. But let's continue with what Perkins said.
And then old LeBron James. What can we say? He's going to be eligible for his pension in about 5 years. And he's still going strong. Still one of the best players in the game, the most important player to basketball. And his resume speaks for itself. All-time leading scorer in NBA history. He checks all the boxes. When it comes down to his resume, it's longer than the holiday weekend. In my eyes, the greatest. So if you're asking me if I had to choose between the 3, it's not an easy decision, but give me Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and LeBron James.
This conversation boils down to one question. Would you rather have dominance within a short period of time or a strong longevity? When you look at Bird, Magic, and Michael Jordan, all of these guys accomplished what they did and what they're known for within 10 to 12 years. Like, really look at season after season what they did and how fast they got it. Michael Jordan, it took him a little bit more time within his career, but once he got there, it was boom, championship, the three-peat runs. Didn't take them plus 15 years or even 20 years to really get what they did. And so that's not to take away anything from LeBron. I got him right behind Michael Jordan. He's in my top two, really. In the end, I'm going to slightly edge it to the old school era, and I'm about to tell you my criteria or what I'm battling in my mind, because there's a part of me that's looking at it like, all right, who would I rather have on my squad? Who are those dominant players that I think is better? And when I want a point guard, I like that Magic Johnson style of point guard, somebody that could come in and orchestrate the team, get me 10, 15 assists, be that ultimate playmaker. That's what I prefer in a point guard. When I look at a Steph Curry, and this is probably another video I may do in the future, but Steph Curry is like a two guard to me. I never saw him as a point guard. I just told y'all that Michael Jordan is ahead of LeBron to me, and then that leaves Larry Bird versus Kevin Durant. I like the 3 rings that Larry Bird got, and I said this already over what Durant did with the Warriors. Now, an argument could be made that, yeah, Larry Bird had all these Hall of Famers on the squad. He had a really stacked team already, but so did Kevin Durant on those Oklahoma City teams. It wasn't like he was just playing by himself. He could have won a championship or even more there, right? So I just got those 3 guys over these 3 currently, but not by much. It's not like a landslide, just an edge in my opinion. I will say this though, and this is what I was battling in my mind. If I were to judge it off of which era is more influential and groundbreaking moving forward, in terms of the game, the way the game is played, it would have to be this era. What Steph Curry has done that I explained. LeBron James could pretty much play any position. He's very versatile. Kevin Durant being the 7-footer that shoots 3-pointers. Yes, he had a role in it, as well as the other guys I mentioned, the KG, Nowitzki. So basically, if I'm looking at the influence of where we're going and how the game changed so much style-wise, right? Just not popularity, but the way it's played, this era would have an edge over the old school era. Y'all let me know what you think. Do you agree with what Kendrick Perkins is saying, the points that he made that I play for y'all? This is the kind of debate that's going to really sway depending on your age and the era that you came up in, the style of basketball that you like, how much you're looking at it from popularity versus the skill set. And so it's a good debate, man. I really enjoy these kind of things, as long as it's balanced out and we could also talk about the game itself and what players bring on the court. And I want y'all to check the description when you have some time. There's an Amazon link for the Kobe Bryant book, The Mamba Mentality. He's breaking down the game from his perspective. And this is not narratives or really storylines, maybe a little bit here and there, but he's giving you the mindset, and that's what is more important. Anyways, as always, like, subscribe, share. Let me know what you think about my opinions and the breakdown of the video. And as always, salute for listening. Peace.